Hello, YouTube. Luigi here. Hey, first things first. Wrist check. Casio titanium quartz. Little small, 37 millimeters. All right. Now, here's a video we really don't need to see, huh? Another Casio Duro expose. You know, I can't think of another watch that has more YouTube reviews than this one. So why are you doing this, Luigi? Well, fair question. I guess I need to stick my oar in the water and see what my particular spin is. You know, it's doubtful that I will uncover anything really new here, but I hope to present it in a new and refreshingly unique way. You all can be the collective judges of that. There are many words out there used to describe the Duro. Legend is probably the most used. Rugged, robust, classic, beater, and honest and straightforward are also tossed around. One of my favorites is punches above its weight. I like that one. You know, although not a secret, Bill Gates, Brad Pitt, and Barack Obama have been seen wearing the Duro. That's quite a pedigree considering this is a true people's watch at $50. So, what about the name? Almost nobody calls it the Casio MDV-106, and it's more widely known as the Duro than the Marlin, even though it has a Marlin etched on the back case back and painted on the dial. The urban gentry tells us that Duro means hard or durable in Italian, and that's true. I used to call my Sicilian grandmother testa dura, which meant hard head. Other internet sources claim that Duro and Marlin are the names of the two quarries where Casio gets its quartz. I have found no other confirmation on that. All right, so let's just jump right into it. We'll do all the number stuff first. We have a 44 millimeter case diameter, 48.5 millimeter lug tip to lug tip, and it's 12 millimeters thick and has a 22 millimeter lug width. It's powered by the Casio Caliber 2784. With its silicone rubber strap, it came with this one, it weighs 93 grams. With this ballistic nylon James Bond strap, it weighs 92. So just 1 gram difference between this strap and the other one. Moving on to the bezel. This is a 120 click coin edge unidirectional bezel with an aluminum insert. The bezel markings are clear, easy to read, with Arabics every 10 minutes and batons every other 5. The minute indicators are thinner, smaller batons, and they only extend down for 15 minutes, not the usual 20 that we usually see on divers. This is a bit strange because, although not a saturation diver, this truly is a serious diver with a water resistance of 200 meters. We have a lume pit at the top there in the triangle, and no other lume anywhere else on the bezel. The bezel's action positively and engages the ratchet with an authority you can hear and feel. And it has just an acceptable minimum amount of back bounce. Really not bad at all, I gotta tell you. It's pretty good. The crown is at the 3 o'clock position, and you've heard me say this before. I kind of have grown fond of the crowns at the 4 o'clock position. It's a 2-position pull-out crown, no screw down. First position is, quick date setting, and the second position is hacking and time setting. The crown has protectors that don't crowd the crown and therefore present no impediment to acquiring good purchase. The crown is widely knurled and has no signature. And at this price, who would expect one? The dial. In general, this is a clean, bright, and remarkably uncluttered dial. It reads Casio under the 12 and sports a leaping Marlin WR200M above the 6. These are nicely painted on. All indices are applied, and along with the steeper chapter ring, these contribute to a depth and dimensionality of the dial that I really like. There are loomed batons at the cardinal points, and with double quasi batons at the 12. All other hours have circular indices. The 3 o'clock baton has been truncated to accommodate the date window. This window is nicely framed with a painted white outline. The markings on the chapter ring line up perfectly with the minute indices on the dial. Under certain lighting conditions, you can see there is a sunburst effect here. If I put my headlight on, one of those, for working in close conditions, I can really get a strong sunburst under strong light. Every other YouTube video of this watch boasts how the second hand hits the indices spot on. Mine does not. Sigh. You can see it's just slightly behind. And, I was kind of looking forward to that after everybody else had such great luck with it. The second hand has no counterbalance. It has a loomed arrow outlined in red, a real nice touch with an exaggeratedly long tip. The minute hand is a fence post shape and engages even the smaller circular indices as it passes. Both the minute and the hour hands are beveled. This is a feature I really enjoy because of the way it catches the light. The hour hand is a boldly stylized arrow. I just think they did a good job on this. We have a dead flat mineral crystal, which is probably a whisker above the bezel. No anti-reflective coating. The case is 44 millimeter with polished sides, brushed lugs, and chamfered shoulders. The lugs measure 48.5 tip to tip. It has a screw-down case back. Yeah, where you can see the marlin etched in there. And among all the other information on here, it reminds us that it was cased in China. Now, that shouldn't surprise anyone at this price. And speaking of price, I've seen prices for this watch anywhere from $42 to $60. I paid $53. There's a great deal of rugged, reliable watch here for a $50 bill, and maybe your collection shouldn't be without one. Although I can't really verify this, one internet source said the CASIO Duro has been in continuous production since 2012, and that millions of these have been sold worldwide. It's just one of those affordable people's watches which has captured the hearts of many looking for a great value in a tool watch. Okay, now this covers the nuts and bolts, show and tell features of this watch, but I now want to speak to a general aesthetic here that really took me by surprise. For all this talk of rugged, robust, workhorse tool watch, I was overcome with just how classy this timepiece looks. I'm certain that over time, the aluminum bezel will be the first item to show scratches and scuffs and maybe even fade from its shiny new black. Nonetheless, right out of the box, I think this is one fine-looking timepiece. Its dial exhibits an uncluttered, simple poise that is elegant in and of itself. So much so that I chose to elevate it to a better-looking two-piece James Bond strap. Now, you might think I got this idea from Nick Shabazz, and that would be fair because he traded his out for a James Bond NATO. But the truth is I got this idea from Jody, who, as you know, as is his habit, he showcases several different straps on one watch head, and I like the look of the James Bond NATO. However, mine is not a NATO. It's not even a pass-through Zulu. It's just a two-piece James Bond heavy ballistic nylon strap. And I have to tell you, this is just a personal preference for me. I cannot imagine two thicknesses of this underneath the case back with a NATO. It just seems to me it would elevate the whole watch head and make it kind of wobbly and top heavy. That's just me. If you like NATOs, God bless you. You go on loving them. I think that's cool. Now, my final comment on the Duro. because I'm really impressed with this. Has more to do with what it's not rather than what it is. This classy workhorse of a timepiece is an end in itself. It stands on its own feet. It's not even pretending to be just another Rolex Submariner homage. The moment a diver watch feels compelled to sport Mercedes hands and a Cyclops magnifier, it has automatically thrown itself into the category of subby homage. The well-designed, self-contained Duro has no need of that. It simply is what it is, and even seems to be very proud of it. That's it, everybody. God bless you. I love you all. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.